Hi guys, welcome back to another Daily Tarot card. These are your Daily Tarot cards for Tuesday, November 1st, 2022. Today we're pulling from the Wild Unknown Tarot cards. So it's November 1st, and one thing that the full moon forecast, we'll have the full moon on November 8th. It'll be a lunar eclipse. We're talking about, doing our ceremony. So maybe it's writing on pieces of paper, doing our petitions, being thankful for everything that we asked for, everything that has come to fruition, everything that is coming in. One thing they're asking us is to sit there and assist doing our ceremonies where we do the salted cinnamon. We, ask for, good health and everything to come in. So make sure you're doing that. They're showing your bay leaf. So whatever ceremony resonates with yourself, it doesn't have to be what I'm saying. Maybe you have something that you do that really you feel that brings that positivity into your home, that peace, then go ahead and do so. Universe is encouraging us. So this rebirth comes into our life and it's peace. So back to back, yesterday and today, how can we bring peace into our home? Maybe it's been chaotic. Maybe it's like, maybe taking a step back. They're saying like kind of if we're overindulging. And I feel when they were talking about this intervention, they were showing this really fragile, very fragile looking white male in a hospital bed, and like I swear he was like skin and bone. You know what I mean? Shaved head, black hair. It looks like white male, and I feel like like heroin or something like that. Like that they lost themselves. You know what I mean? And it's just like sometimes we indulge in behavior that is not becoming of us, or we know that's wrong. And sometimes we get so deep we don't have a way out. So it's like I'm sure plenty of people have tried to intervene before it got to that point, or maybe they were just oblivious to it. You know what I mean? So you could see that this male is in pain, crying. Hopefully he gets the help that he needs. It's heartaching. But the hangman, they're saying something is restricting us. You know, maybe it's fear. You know, maybe it's anxiety, depression. They were talking about this healing taking place. When if you watch yesterday's cards, and it's just like releasing what no longer serves us. You know what I mean? Sometimes we make these self-imposed prisons where we feel like there's no way out, and it's like there is a way out, and that first step starts with us. Do we truly want to move forward? You know what I mean? Even when I sat there and I said in 28, well, it was 2019 when I said it, but like the first of the year, and it's just like I do not want to live in that anymore. I refuse to live in that anymore. And it's like I had to make that decision. No one can make that decision but me. Nobody could do it for me but me. You know what I mean? And it's just like everything started changing from that point forward. You know? It's like when I was transplanting the plants a while back, I feel it was like last fall. And I even said this to someone that I was close to. I was like, honestly, I'm like, that's the first time I've listened to music and enjoyed. Like now, it's like any opportunity I get, I put music on while I'm doing the dishes. I dance around and I sing. It's just like enjoying life. It's like I said that to someone that is a friend of someone It's her daughter. I read it for her, and I think I've read for her daughter before, but she's like, I hate doing dishes. I'm like, put music on. You know, make it fun. You know, I love the fact that I have a window where the sink is, so I can look outside. I can see the blue jays and the finches. Sometimes our woodpeckers. I haven't seen them in a couple of years, to be honest. Eating off the bird feeder. It's just like something beautiful to watch. That was something I enjoyed when we had the house with Shane. When we finally moved into a house, and it was just like to watch the birds. We had the cardinals, and it was rare to see blue jays then. We had a pair of blue jays that would come here and there, and we had woodpeckers. It was really nice to see. So here, unfortunately, we don't get cardinals, but it's just like little simple pleasures like that give you peace. You know what I mean? Like I was talking about yesterday, going to the beach and hearing the roaring of the waves. It wasn't violent or anything like that. It was just louder. And I definitely feel like it's like, clairvoyance, clairaudience, that sense of smell. Like, when they talk about essential oils, honestly, if you could find a scent, for me, it's like lemon that really resonates with you. It's like maybe do that during a meditation, you know? I feel like, especially with this Ace of Pentacles here, it's like getting ourselves grounded again. Ten of Pentacles, unconditional love. This is the juju energy. This is the juice that we love to be in. That's Deborah Silverman. She's like that good energy that we love being in. We wish we could bottle it up and just keep it forever, but we don't learn lessons and we don't grow if we're always in that energy. But it's like learning to appreciate those moments. Ace of Pentacles, this brand new beginning comes in here. They're talking about a windfall for some with no harm to none. Temperance, it's saying watching your indulgence. And it's like, it's hard this time of year. You know what I mean? And I was saying that to myself, it's like, especially because I have people that I love that live, in different places. And it's just like, I kid you not. The only reason I say this is because if you're listening to this, it's like, get your packages in. I kid you not. I don't know if it was just that year. I don't know what happened, but I ordered the second week of November. I kid you not. And I was just like, oh, maybe that's a little too early, I kid you not, they got it late. And they live like right where there's a distribution center. I was so furious. I was just like, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? And I was like, so they're just like, you're kind of early this year. And I'm like, I don't care. At least they'll have it. The worst thing is to sit there and send a parcel. And I go to like their area and it's just like, that way it's something that's local and I don't have to worry that, it's going to take forever. But oh my goodness. I was furious. I was just like, you guys are not like at the family or anything, but at like the people that I ordered from. I'm like, you guys are literally like maybe 30 minutes away from their home, the distribution center. And I'm like, you couldn't order it on time? They're just like, oh, sorry, we're busy. I'm like, ugh. I was so mad. I'm like, not this year, Order it ahead of time. I don't have to worry about it, But I'm the type of person that gets anxious because it's like, you know what I mean? You have people you buy for, and it's just like you want to make sure that you get it all done so that way I remember someone, it's Christmas and then it's their birthday is like literally 5 days later or maybe 10 days later, if that, and I was just like, it's so hard to find something to buy them, so you have to sit there and buy it during the Christmas season, so it's just like, I feel like it's like telling you to watch your wallet, and we're getting a lot of that for February. A lot of that. I feel like, especially in Canada, I feel like they're going to implement these taxes for a month, just like they did with the gas hike that did in the summer. Everyone is going to be crying, and they're going to notice that nobody's buying gas and nobody's able to afford groceries and like barely buying the essentials. You know what I mean? And it's just like they're going to sit there and take it off. But after they've made this revenue off of us, like they're punishing us because, they weren't able to, because they wanted to put the IDs in our hand. They were trying to number us, That's why that truck convoy was bigger than just the truckers. That was everyone's freedom. Everyone was doing it across the world, and they're like, oh, hell no. You got the wrong ones, But I feel like with temperance as well as like watching your indulgence, I feel like it's just when the energy is flowing, let it flow, I feel like it's like, watch what you're giving your energy to. It's exhausting. You know what I mean? When you're constantly yelling and screaming and X, Y, and Z, it's just like, is it even worth it? You know what I mean? It's just like, that resonates with myself so much because it's just like, sometimes we wish we had labels for things or instructions how to change things, but, sometimes just to give yourself peace, you just have to be like, whatever. Just let it, whatever's happening, let it happen, It's like the combination of elements like they're talking about here. So with judgment, forgiveness. So I feel like it's also forgiving ourselves. You know what I mean? I feel like the biggest thing I feel like a lot of people live in the past, and it's just like they always talk about it. And I understand we have to talk about it, but it's like, dang, I went through so much. It's like, yeah, you did, but you don't have to worry about that. You're not that person anymore. But I find people harp on it. You know what I mean? Like, because they want people to acknowledge that they went through something, but it's just like, okay, now we've acknowledged that you went through so much, it's time to move forward. Like, learn what you can from the past. I'm like, that's teaching you to break that generational curse and be there for your children. Don't act the way that they acted. Don't carry that on. Her mother treated her poorly, she's treating you poorly. So now you got to treat your kids like kings and queens. Not to the point of like being spoiled brats, but it's just like, you're breaking a generational curse. Maybe that's why your life was so hard. Because you're going against the grain. You're changing the energy. You're changing how this moves forward. So the word judgment conjures up fear and guilt in many people. The card, however, consider itself with another aspect of this word, seeking the truth. No more blaming yourself or others. No more excuses. Now is the time for forgiveness and personal freedom. This card asks you to rise above and let pettiness and fear fall below you. Expand your wings and be reborn. What a relief it will be. Like, I was watching something last night, and she's just like, oh, it's because of this. And I'm like, you know what? I understand, and I'm speaking as a survivor of that crap as a child. You know what? You can't use that as an excuse. Oh, that's why I act this way because this. It's like, okay, I understand. Fine, I understand you're coming to some revolutions. Maybe you just found out, but you cannot use as an excuse to be an asshole. You cannot use that as an excuse. Yes, it did happen, but you know what? The thing that I said, it better me than my siblings. You know what I mean? We went through hell and back, but at least, you know, with that part, at least they didn't go through it because I used to be like, why me? But it's like, you know what? Better me than those two. You know? One of us is really broken because of it. And I wish I could fix it. But, you know, it starts with us. You know? We can sit there, oh, poor me, poor me. It ain't going to fix nothing. Nobody coming in here to dust you off and save you. You know what I mean? God will sit there and guide you, or whomever you believe in, you put your faith in. But you got to sit there and make that decision for yourself. You cannot sit there and treat people a certain way because you went through things. You got to dust yourself off and keep moving forward. It is up to you what you do with this time that we're given. We have an expiration clock over our head. We don't know when it could be a second from now. And all you're going to look back is be how much you were sitting there obsessed with the past. You know? It's like you can't change it. It happened. We can learn from it and don't carry it forward. Be that generational curse breaker. The Hangman, changing our perspective. Look at the eyes. What is sitting there and restricting us? Many people talk about the art of letting go, but what does it really mean? What do you achieve? How do you achieve it? The Hangman is has all the answers. He's the master of non-attachment. This card implies there's a sacrifice or a difficult or painful situation coming up in your life. Though you naturally would want to resist and struggle through it, be more like the Hangman. Find stillness. Open your eyes and use this new perspective to learn something. You're stuck here either way. It's like, are we going to learn from it and grow from it? Or are we just going to sit there and wallow in it? You know, that may sound harsh, but I'm telling you, when you sit there and don't allow things to affect you the way that, and that is the biggest gift you could give yourself. People will sit there and try to manipulate you and control your energy because they think, I could say this, I could do that, and you're going to have a reaction and I feel better. I feel like crap, so now I'm going to make you feel like crap, and that makes me feel great. People are manipulative, cunning C words. They will sit there and suck your life force energy out of you just because they want to. That's what they thrive for. They have nothing to live for in this life just to be a piece of garbage. A meddling piece of garbage. So it's up to you how you use that energy. It's just like you sit there and let them, you know, manipulate your energy. Or you just sit there and be like, you know what? Say what you're going to say and look out the window or ignore them. You know, whatever gives you peace. If you have to limit your time that you're around certain people because they manipulate your energy the wrong way, then it's just like, you know what? Limit the time you're around them. Don't give them your energy. They don't deserve it. So 10 of Pentacles. So this is all about unconditional love. It's like the peace you're seeking is already around you. The abundance that you're seeking in life is already around you. Be appreciative of the moment that you're in now. Be appreciative of all that you have. You know, no matter how big or small it could be. You know what? A lot of people would love to have what we have. You know? That's why it's like, you know, people talk about, you know, oh, this. It's like, yeah, I can live in that, or I could be like, you know what? I'm not going to let that define me. I'm more than just those situations. You know? It's like what you make of it. Crush it up and make it into something positive. Instead of stewing in that negativity and let it absorb you, like you're marinating in it, and that's where you really get bitter. Get out of it and go marinate in the sun. Go marinate in the light of the moon. You know, get out of that energy. Get out of that stewingness. The devil. Release it. We don't need it. So fulfillment, abundance. The 10 of Pentacles signifies material and spiritual abundance in nearly every area of your life. The number 10 usually indicates completion. And in this case, the journey was well worth it. So be generous, not only with your money, but also with your wisdom. Provide guidance to those who struggle. You'll be rewarded tenfold. You know, I always say that with our healers. You know, these rich people have everything. I understand all of us want to get to a point of financial independence. We all want to get to the point where this is our career. I totally understand it. I understand it 1000%. Like, I really wish I had that freedom and abundance where I could sit there and take the applied astrology class with Deborah Silverman. She's got a couple of classes. She's got stage 1 and stage 2. You know, it's a 6-week course, and it's 2.5 hours of homework every single night. You know? So I wish I could sit there and do that, but I know I'll get to there at one point. When that time is right, you know, it'll come in. You know? And that's why I say, like, you know, you have to look at yourself in the mirror as a healer every single day. You know? I understand some of you, it's like there's a business plan to certain things. I understand that. But at the end of the day, once upon a time, we were those people that we read for out in this world seeking guidance. We were them once upon a time. So we got to sit there and behave a certain way. You know? If you don't want to behave a certain way because you're all about abundance and all that, that's fine. You do what resonates with you. You do you, boo-boo. You know what I mean? But, you know, we all have to answer for what we do here. You know, some of us put a lot more energy into this than others. You know, I feel like that's why some of us are more, I guess, evolved than others, you know, when it comes to this healing art. But, you know, we got to understand where we came from. You know, we got to humble ourselves and be like, once upon a time, we were those same people we read for, seeking guidance, you know, just some understanding, some sort of sign, you know, that there's more to this life than just here. You know, because some of us, our eyes aren't evolved enough to see our loved ones, you know, and understand they just transformed, and give them that understanding and that hope, you know, and it shouldn't cost them to break an arm and a leg to get to that point, you know, but, you know, you gotta humble yourself sometimes with that, you know. Ace of Pentacles, precious beginnings, prosperous beginnings, my goodness. At the center of every of even the great redwood trees, a tiny seedling once stood. Such is the energy of the Ace of Pentacles. It's a seed that takes root, grounding you for the future. You are in the beginning phases of a prosperous venture. Stay grounded. Go outside. Take time to appreciate nature. You may also find a windfall of wealth headed your way, with no harm to none, and so it is. You know, we don't want to lose somebody and go. Trust me, it ain't worth it. You know, some people think that when you go through these things that you get a windfall of money. That ain't always the case. You know, but I just feel like we're here to do positive and raise the vibration of the world and bring that light back into the world. You know what I mean? And I feel like all of us are just, you know, we all just want to be. I understand that we don't want to work Joe jobs. I understand that, but you know what? Somebody got to do them. We can't all be influencers. We can't all be rich. Someone's got to do those, you know, the workaday do jobs that we all used to do, you know? So, it's like, I understand all of us want to be financially independent, but, you know, it's like, how do you get there? Who are you stepping on to get there? You know, how are you compromising yourself to get there? So, healing, renewal. The great blue heron remains calm and peaceful as she blends the opposing elements of fire and water. The Temperance card asks you to be the moderator, much like the heron. Focus on cooperation and compromise. So sometimes we have to compromise in life. You know, things don't work out the way that we want them to work out, but we have to compromise. We got to do certain things, you know. It's just the way that life is. If you've been excessive in one aspect of your life, practice self-restriction and moderation now. So I feel like we're doing something that it's like we know we got to cut back on. we're doing something that is causing us. I feel like it's like a knocking. It's like you need to calm down before it gets, this big, something bad happens here, you know. So I feel like for some it's drinking, you know. I feel like you're drinking like daily, like, you know what I mean. Instead of having it a weekend thing, Friday we have a drink. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's overindulging though. I feel like it's one beverage. You know what I mean? So I don't want to say I don't want to say that because then it's going to be like I don't want to be. It's not an attack on anyone, but they're showing a particular one. I'm not going to say it, but it's just like drinking every day. But it's like, what is that? Why are you drinking that? Like, I feel like you're sad. I feel like depression. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like, are you drinking just to numb that part that you're feeling? And it's like, you need to feel what you're feeling. Going back to the cards, you got to feel what you're feeling. But, that's the only way to go through it. Even, Joan Rivers said that, she had a way with words. She was just like, have your pity party, but don't make a home there. And it's like, yeah, like even when I made that stance, like I'm not going to live in this flippant energy no more. It was hard. I had to sit there and be like, you know what? I'm grateful for the roof over my back, clothes on my the roof over my head, clothes on my back, food on my table. You know, it's just like, even though it's going through that, there were still things that I should be grateful for in my life. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a wake up call. It's just like, even though I'm falling apart and I'm so heartbroken over the situation, it's just like I have to sit there and still be positive. I still have to be grateful, you know? So I feel like I don't know if it's, I don't know why. I feel like I feel, that's where I feel like maybe therapy would come in handy here, or maybe you need to be on it. Maybe it's postpartum. I'm not sure. They're showing like your uterus. So you may have to go see a doctor about something. Maybe it's hormones, or you have an IUD in and it's not agreeing with your body. But I just feel like I'm drinking for the same. I don't know if they're saying boredom, but I feel like it's because I'm covering something. I feel like if I didn't drink, I would cry. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't feel like an alcoholic. It's one beverage, and they're saying they don't even finish it half the time. But it's just like, like they're saying, like people smoke weed every day. They come home from work, they smoke a joint, they woos out, and it's just like, it's kind of like the same thing. So I don't know. I guess because we look at alcohol because we see how it affects our body so much, like our liver especially. You know what I mean? So they're saying it's better than lashing out at people. Okay. I don't know. I feel like you're isolating yourself, and I feel like you're wallowing in this. Like, remember we're talking about marinating in it? I don't know what happened here, but it feels like whatever this is eating you up. So maybe you definitely need to have an intervention in that. You'll find a new sense of healing and balance from bringing a little harmony back into your life. So it's just like, go outside. Like, I feel like maybe like they're saying like seasonal depression. It's like, get outside. Like, we go out, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. It's just be around everything, seeing the birds and hearing the waves. And it was just, it's so, oh my gosh, it's beautiful, I feel like it's make the most of it while we still have it. You know what I mean? And it's like, take 1 hour out of your day away from the phones, away from the TVs, away from YouTube and everything else, and just be, just find that peace. There's so many wonders in this world, and we're missing them all because we're all indoors watching TV, or. whatever we're indulging in. It's like, get out there and see the world, you know? I definitely was like that. I was like, oh my gosh, all these places I want to go to, and it's like, I probably won't get to see them. And then I see this person that I adore, and it's just like, you know, she's such an inspiration because she's like going to all these places that she talked about, you know? And it's just like, it's just so amazing. She did a little TikTok and all that about it. It's just, oh my gosh, it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's never too late to go to these places. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, even if it's years apart, it doesn't matter. It's like, you know, save, and then when you get the money, go. Like, you know, don't let things hold you back. Because, like I said, we only have this one life here. And it's like, we don't know how much time we got here. And it's like, all the places we wanted to explore, it's like, you didn't get that chance because you were lived in fear. You know? You made excuses. It's like, when you get that opportunity, definitely enjoy it. Definitely go see the world if you're able to. But that's what I feel like. And my heart really goes out to that person. I know who they're talking about, but it's like, how do you, like, I've reached out to people before. Maybe I'll reach out to this one. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens. But I really do like her. We'll see. But I just feel like, instead of, going through that by yourself, maybe you should get like therapy or something. Don't be ashamed for asking help. I feel that's very courageous to ask for help, you know? If more people asked for help, I think this world would be a lot better place instead of living in their head so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Tuesday, November 1st, 2022. Don't forget to do your ceremonies. Even if it's a couple days late, do it still. Even if you have to wait till the weekend, like you're just too busy during the week, do it on the weekend. I know, like, you're taking the kids trick-or-treating and stuff on Monday, so be safe, But, and have a great time. Enjoy yourselves. I film ahead of time, but, try to make time for those ceremonies and, take that little time for yourself. You know what I do? Honestly, I'll sit there and I'll watch TV and I'll leave my pen and pad out, I'll light a candle and I'll sit there and I'll just, whenever any little thing that I forgot to write down to be grateful for, it's just like there's so many things. Like, I always write down I'm so grateful for Sunny, It's just like, certain things that really mean a lot to you. I gotta take that down. I just noticed that's up. But bring it in, bring in that positivity. Get yourself outside. Enjoy the weather before it gets so flippin' cold that, everybody wants to hide inside and have a cup of hot chocolate. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.